Brilliance, it's hard to come by.
Whether it be Einstein, Franklin, Steve Jobs, they see what everybody else sees, but then they have playful leaps of the imagination.
And even if you grasp at brilliance, sometimes it slips right through your fingers. Case in point, these 3 video games are right here. Hellboy, Web of Weird, 2023's answer to the great roguelike conundrum. Namely, why are there so many roguelites in 2023? Well, we had one more. And it was a Hellboy game. You know Hellboy, the charming old galoot, who's actually, Satan's spawn here to destroy the world, but he chooses to help us to defend our world against paranormal oddities and monsters of all kinds. Great character, great potential for storytelling. And let's be honest, you've got eyes. You can see, just at least on the surface here, that this game is visually appealing. It looks nice. It looks like Hellboy. It looks like a Hellboy comic. And hey, man, I love Hellboy. I've been reading Hellboy comics since there were Hellboy comics, okay? But this game is a little bit less... I'm less enthusiastic overall about this game than I might have been otherwise. And it could have been brilliant, right? You can imagine that a cool Hellboy beat 'em up, roguelike or not. I don't know if you like roguelikes, and not everybody does. I mean, some people are more geared towards endless exploration, and some people are more geared towards storytelling. This kind of tries to split the difference, but I tell you what the problem is that it gets same. That's it. That's the basic thing. It's same. You find out that the enemies you're fighting kind of don't vary that much. You kind of find out that the worlds you're in, the biomes that you visit, they're not that different. And part of the reason for that is that Mike Mignola, the creator of Hellboy, he's got a wonderful but a minimalistic art style, okay? It's very contrasty, lots of blacks, lots of lights, lots of color, but it's contrasty, it's simple. When you render that in 3 dimensions, it doesn't look like much, unfortunately, and it's just kind of one gooey, muddy, kind of greenish or reddish or bluish biome after another. And because it's a roguelite, it's always random, right? And because it's a roguelite, you're meant to basically redo it again and again and again. Like you're meant to die. You're meant to go back. You're meant to go back. You're meant to go back. So while Hellboy could have been a great opportunity to flex Mignola's writing muscle, it's got some great vocal performance. Lance Reddick, for instance, yeah, I mean, what a legend. Rest in peace, Mr. Reddick. He gives one of his final vocal performances ever, and he's great as Hellboy. But there's just not much to hang on to here. It's a roguelite, and again, I am more geared towards story probably than I am towards random, endless exploration. That just doesn't even sound that fun to me. But I'm telling you, when it comes to Hellboy, we have all these great examples with the films where these stories are very tight and they're very contained. I mean, not every Hellboy movie is a winner at this point, but regardless, the point is that should this have been a brilliant game? It could have been a brilliant game. It's like this. It's go in, beat a bunch of nondescript, gooey, muddy monsters, and then beat up a giant, gooey, muddy boss. Listen to Hellboy quip. Get your icons and your totems and your weapons, and that's it, man. It could have been brilliant. It should have been. I would have loved it. It would have been great. Thank you. Made a video last month about 3 brilliant games. That's kind of a judgment call, isn't it? Who do I think I am to say a game is brilliant or not brilliant? But sometimes like the developers broadcast this, yes? Sometimes they want us to know that their game is going to be brilliant, and then when it is, it's fantastic. But then it's a little. This is a game called Biomutant. This came out in 2021. I'm sure a lot of people remember this. It's not like it was a small game. In fact, it was kind of supposed to be a game changer. It was supposed to do things that were going to kind of slightly revolutionize the kind of third-person action, creative type game. And that is kind of a subset of things where, the developer, they showed this off and it looked really, really creative. It looked brilliant. It's really colorful and it's got these amazing adaptive animal character designs, and it's got kind of a fun, cute story. It's got a lot going for it based on things that, they've said, and just how it appeared to me back then. It was meant to be, like I said, kind of a game changer, but the desire to be genius kind of cost them. okay? Because they went out of their way to come up with elements that, while cool, it just kind of, when you put them all together, it forms kind of a mishmash, okay? It kind of it makes it another soup, just like the Hellboy soup of ideas. Like, for instance, you can actually, like, choose how your character looks based on the class and the characteristics, and it does like an actual adaptive pixel shading kind of thing where hair grows and features change, and it happens right before your eyes, and that's cool. And it's also got, you know, really great responsive combat that's you know, not too laborious. It's got a lot of fun elements, but it feels loose. The whole thing just feels full of ideas, not really interested in making it gel cohesively. There's another big issue with it. It's got this open world that's just empty. It's devoid of anything, you know? It looks okay. It feels okay, but when it comes down to it, there's not much substance. It's sort of style over substance, this guy. And that's kind of definitely a danger of trying to be too brilliant when you're not. I think I can actually kind of relate to that, actually. Oh no, have I been talking about myself this whole time? That doesn't sound like me.
To everybody who worked on Gollum, it is a complete marriage of skills.
You're a liar and a thief. Nobody likes you.
So what about games that don't necessarily broadcast that they're going to be something special? What about games that are just tasked with doing one thing that we all know and recognize well? Is that still brilliance? Lord of the Rings Gollum. Where to start with Lord of the Rings Gollum? Well, first, I just want you to know something about me, okay? I'm a big video game fan, okay? I love video games. I have my entire life. I love Lord of the Rings, okay? The thing is, I don't hold any of these developers to any higher or lower standard than I would hold anybody else or myself. It's just that sometimes as a creative person, the product works and sometimes it doesn't. Lord of the Rings Gollum just didn't come out so good. And I think what happened with this one was budget, was personnel, as in a lack of both. Like, they just didn't have the resources, Daedalic, to put this together in a way that you know, there's quite a pedigree with Lord of the Rings. Am I right? I mean, even just look at recent games like the Shadow of Mordor series. Yeah, those are great, kind of innovative games. There's bad Lord of the Rings games too, but it's such a monster franchise that this was the rights holders. You see, this is a rights issue, and they went to a small company or a smaller company, and they tried to do something grand, and they just didn't have it. There's all these stories surfacing at the time that Daedalic was having personnel issues. They were overworking their staff, and there was firings, and then there was HR issues and stuff. They didn't have the money, they didn't have the resources, they cut chunks of the game. Basically what it is with this is to be, I keep saying brilliant, I'm getting tired of the word brilliant personally, I don't know about you, but to be brilliant in this instance to me is to brilliantly pull off a recognizable and quality version of the thing we recognize. We all know who Gollum is, we all know Lord of the Rings. The problem with this is that it was so full of bugs that it was hard to play at first. It kind of isn't anymore, because I just played it last year for the first time, probably the only time I'll ever play it. But it was just not that interesting, man, because first of all, this isn't that interesting a part of the lore of Lord of the Rings, really. The things where Gollum, Gandalf talks about it briefly, that he's just kind of wandering around trying not to get captured by the enemy, and then gets captured by the enemy, right? He's mostly in prison. Then he's mostly in Mirkwood. It's just, the puzzles are uninteresting. The stealth is uninteresting and a little too bland and kind of easy. And honestly, I just think that, again, I don't doubt the creative muscle of the people who made this game. Daedalic, for instance, is making right now, they're about to release a Star Trek Voyager game that looks intriguing to me. It really does. And I played the demo and I was like, this isn't so bad. This after the Gollum thing, this might be all right. I don't doubt the creative muscle. What I doubt is resource management and resource gathering. If you can't get together what you need to get together to make a big project like this and make it take flight,
it's just not going to come off well. So do I blame the people who made Hellboy for Hellboy being less brilliant than I think it should have been? Hell no, I do not. Hellboy, no, I do not. Do I blame the people who made Biomutant for similar crimes against gaming humanity? No, I really don't. I just think that sometimes it comes together and sometimes it doesn't. And maybe that's the lesson, man. Maybe if there's a takeaway, that's what it is, folks. Maybe.
Actually, I battled demons.
Childhood demons.
No, they're real demons.
Delightful.
I got one of these.
Booyah.